Well, here's an update on the 1940s, 1950s, and I believe they ran them all the way up to 1960s rear bicycle mud flap. Keeps the debris, and it looks very, very fancy. I recreated the design, the shape of the mud flap from an original one that I had purchased at a bike meet. It was pretty toasted. I was just using it for decoration. It was plastic was too hard to try to put on this bike. So what I did here was recreate the shape. I took the jewels off the original mud flap and incorporated them into this leather hide, black leather hide I have. I had a bunch of materials that I make seats with, reupholster the seats and the designs and stuff like that, and decided to use some of that thick leather. It's about the thickness of the leather is probably about a 1/16 inch thick. How I mounted this was I removed the two screws, these two screws, with the screwdriver and the small needle nose plier to pinch the inside of the head bolt, the nut. So I just hold that very securely with the needle nose plier, and I just unscrew it right here. Sorry, that was my dog. Just knocked down something. So I take these two off that hold this rear bracket for the fender. You may need to loosen this up right here with the crescent wrench, which is the axle. You don't need to take it all the way off, just loosen it so that you can move this bracket as freely and you can move it up and down. And I took off the original rear reflector, and it has a butterfly nut in the inside of the fender, straight down here where my finger's going, right here. So it's just a little butterfly nut. You can remove that just holding your hand very carefully. Twist your reflector counterclockwise and it'll come out very easily. No tools necessary for this one. It's out by hand so you don't break it. It's a really old reflector. They're fragile, that plastic. And then I mount my leather mud flap up inside the inner fender and wedge it with the original bracket in that position. So I can then use a center punch or a nail. If you have a nail, you can shove it in through the hole where this screw comes out, or use a drill gun with a 1/8 inch drill bit, and you can just use a marker, a white marker, paint marker, and paint the hole's location for all three of these, all three of the holes locations. And when you're doing this one, I suggest doing what I did. My hand was inside that inner fender pushing that leather material to shape the fender inner side, and then I drilled the hole. Use a lot of caution when you're doing that. If you're too young to use a drill, get your mom and your dad or somebody to help you, an adult. And if you can't use power tools on your own, just get your parents. But you would push the material inward and then make a hole to put your plastic reflector in there to pinch the fender, the mud flap. Leather stretches it out so it shapes the inside of that well. So you can see how this mud flap's sitting really nicely. It's hugging around itself there inside that fender. I made sure that this was all level, the leather all the way around, and I have equal amounts of material on both sides. And that's how it looks sitting there. Just hugs around it, and it looks really cool from the back. It looks like a bat, you know. When that material dries and sets up, look really nice. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope that you guys use your imaginations and don't think that you can't make something on your own with your own two hands and repurpose something that probably somebody else would have thrown in the trash. I like repurposing ideas or making my own custom little parts for my bike, and it just makes it more original to the owner when you add a little custom, something custom to your own bicycle with your own art or craft or imagination. I hope you guys like it, and give me a thumbs up, and see you guys next time. This mud flap went on a 1950s Shelby Supreme, all original. So I just wanted to add a little flair to it, and I think I accomplished it. Well, see you guys again next time. Thank you. If you like my videos, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll try to put more content monthly.